Hey yo, Planet Coaster friends, this is Michael with Gamerhood Builds, and we are back in Timberline Thrills. But what have we done? Yeah, I've done a thing. I went and did a thing. I didn't touch the water park, but I built a ride in here. So you can see. Let's go over it. It is the antique car ride, and it weaves all through here. And I have done probably the most scenery I think I've ever done on anything. And I still keep finding little spots where I like add stuff in, but it's a cute little ride. So we should check it out. I think we should check it out. Yeah, so it's called Country Drive, and it is a little scenic drive through the forest. There's a cute little town. There's a couple of like vignettes, but ultimately, like in my brain, the scene in the first Cars movie where Sally and Lightning McQueen are like riding through. It's kind of where like the this Radiator Springs like racers kind of is inspired from. But yeah, so um, yeah, I'll just kind of do it from up above right now. And we'll do a POV, but like you come out of here, you go through this little like westerny village. It's, like really kind of, a church, a schoolhouse, a bank, a sheriff's office. Then you continue through here. You kind of like go past a little waterfall, and there's a cute little pond. And then you continue around, and you go up a hill. Do, 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 do. You kind of like go around a bend, and you get some nice sort of like views. Whoa, we're in the forest. Yeah, it's a real pain in the ass to do this because there's so many trees. So yeah, then you go back down the hill along like this like river edge, and you turn around and you go through this random tunnel of a building, and then you go around this curve, and there's a nice long straightaway that you go underneath, and then you go around this last curve, and it's a little more like less pine and more like aspen and just kind of like it down by the water. Um, so yeah, you go by that, and then the last sort of you go through the straightaway across this little bridge that I made, and there's a little campsite over here. And then you come back and you kind of like back on the farm type of thing. Yeah, so I've gone kind of crazy with the flowers. If we zoom in here, you can kind of see like all sorts of flowers, very highly decorated. Actually, if you click on the ride, it has a scenery rating, I believe, of like 500. I think I maxed out the scenery. I don't know where. Here we go. Yeah, scenery bonus 500 of 500. Um, yeah, another attempt at a sign. I definitely need to figure out some more variation on signs, but yeah. So there's a ton. I used my custom rock color, which, if you're curious what that is, um, it's 8C6E62 and 511313. So yeah, that's kind of the ride. It's cute. It's obviously not like crazy exciting because it's an antique car ride, but I tried to, it does have pretty good prestige. Um, and yeah, I mean, I had to have this like power thing here because it needed so much power, I could not get it to work. So I just kept like adding power, trying to get the damn thing to work. I did ultimately add an entire like set of solar panels out here. So that definitely helped. You can also see I added a train. It's just kind of like a placeholder of where I want it to go or where I want it to be. Yeah, and just starting to outline like how I want some of the other park pieces to work. So I left this big open area over here for one of my next videos where we will have the two-seater or side-by-side log flume, which will take up sort of like this area here. Yeah. So that's going to be that. But, and I still haven't touched any of the rock work around Iron Creek Mining Company. That's the problem with being the first ride, is you probably get neglected after the fact. But I do need to come in here and do a ton of rock work and continue out the scenery along like the waterfront, this little walkway area. Yeah, I did decide to add the path from here over here, um, just to give another way for people to walk if they wanted like a nice scenic walk. Not sure where the um, station for the log flume is. There's definitely like the splash is coming off of this hill, so it's gonna splash down somewhere in here, and I don't know how that's gonna play out for like where a station's gonna be. If I've got to move the train track, I don't know. I haven't gotten there. Haven't thought that far. I just wanted to leave an area for it. So yeah, this is kind of my cute little ride. I knew I wanted to do it, so I figured I would take a stab at it. And yeah, so why don't we take a POV and we will go for a ride. A nice country drive, shall we say. So let me know what you guys think of Country Drive, and if there were areas where you think I could improve, something that I should add. Yeah, just let me know in the comments, and I look forward to doing the log flume and hopefully making it just as scenic as this. Um, so yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. And if you want to watch the speed build, it is coming up after this. Thanks. Bye.